This is Hayden Lamont from SHC and today I'm very lucky to be joined by Connan Murray ahead of his fight on the undercard. Dalton Smith, Jose Zepeda at the Utilita Arena in Sheffield on the 23rd of March. So yeah, mate, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, good. Just had a little bit of sparring tonight, so just come back from that. So yeah, good. End of another solid week of training.
That's good to hear, mate. So yeah, what I wanted to sort of start with is how did you first get into boxing? What's your story on getting into it? And yeah, like I say, how did you get into it?
So yeah, I got into boxing quite at an early age. I think it's an age-old story. I was a little bit of a chubby kid, so got into boxing when I moved to Doncaster, and started it as a little bit of a weight loss journey, and then sort of one thing led to another. Ended up having only a couple of amateurs when I lost the weight, and then I only did a few amateurs, and then went to university. Took up unlicensed boxing and I did that for a long time. And lockdown happened, and I sort of decided that I was going to have a good go at it while I still can.
Okay, so then obviously, you turned pro in 2022, and in your debut, you took on Harry Matthews. You got the win on points. How did you sort of find that transition? Because as you say, you only had a couple of amateur fights, then you did unlicensed boxing. How did you sort of find that transition? Obviously, going from that into the pros.
Massive wake up call. My unlicensed bouts, a lot of them are about on YouTube and stuff like that. Is they all ended in the first round. Um, the transition to the pro game was a wake up call. I thought I could. I was confident in my power and my abilities, but the step up was quite big. So when I come in and for Harry, he was. I come in at I think 12-4, and he come in quite heavy at 13-4, and I just expected to steamroll him as I had so many times in the through the years of unlicensed boxing, and he was there to stay. Tough man, Harry. Good friends with him now, to be honest. You tend to. It's a funny old game, boxing. You end up knocking 10 bells at each other and then becoming mates. But yeah, big wake up call, learning curve straight away. Um, from going from using brute force to actually using a boxing IQ, and actually showcasing that I can box as well. And yeah, it was a big wake up call. It was a tough first fight to have against someone like Harry, and obviously the weight difference as well. I felt it straight away.
Okay, so then obviously, onto this upcoming fight, the Dalton Smith versus Jose Zepeda undercard, matchroom show, massive, massive, massive show, stacked undercard. And obviously you're featuring on the undercard. How did that sort of, come about and how long have you known about that for?
So it's been in the pipeline for a little while now. I am sponsored by your companies like Everlast and stuff like that. So that's been quite a great opportunity, and that's been a massive push forward for me. So I've been lucky to be affiliated with them. So that was a big thing on the card. Obviously, Terry Harper's fighting, Jimmy Joe's fighting, all from Steffi Bull's gym. So again, another foothold in the door was obviously my gym mate, my stable mates were fighting on the card. So it was kind of a foot in the door, good opportunity with the contacts I had and the support that I've got to get my foot through the door and get on the card. I'd known about it for quite a while. It was just waiting for the fight to be announced. Obviously, I'd not fought since October, and I was very conscious. I like to be quite active. If you looked at my how often I've fought, I've not been boxing for about a year and a half, and this will be about. Well, I'll be boxing for about not even a year and a half, probably on this March show. So I'll have had 8 fights in a year and a half. And I like to stay quite active. So coming on to this, I wasn't sure when the fight was going to happen or be announced. So we took a fight, obviously a couple of weeks ago, just to keep me ticking over. Because obviously, if I didn't get on the card for whatever reason, I'd have been not fighting since October.
So then obviously, how's training been for this fight? And obviously you say there you've been pretty active throughout your career already, and you just had a fight there on the 10th of February. So have you stayed in camp or have you had a little break? Have you stayed in camp or?
So my background is I'm a personal trainer and I run my own gym. So I'm quite knowledgeable in terms of like nutrition and stuff like that. So in terms of training wise, I've not really took my foot off the gas. Obviously, I had a sort of a refeed the week after the fight because obviously you can't just be constantly in calorie deficits and trying to make weight all the time. So I had a bit of a refuel for the first week after the fight, straight back into sparring on Tuesday. Quite a comfortable 6 rounds against Josh. So no damage, no bruises, no nothing. So I was fresh to go, straight into sparring. Just a bit of a refuel week, and now obviously starting to watch my food a little bit now and slowly peter down back to weight.
Onto your opponent, it says on Box Rec it's CJ Wood. Is that the case?
Yes, it is. Yes, as far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay, so yeah, how much do you sort of know about him? And yeah,
Not too much. I know he's sort of like around my height, which is nice because I've been fighting a lot of kids that have been a bit taller. I've obviously been giving away a lot of weight in a lot of my fights, so it's nice to showcase my skills and ability and my strengths against someone obviously my sort of size, my sort of height, obviously agreed weight. So it'll be nice to showcase my skills and show everyone what I'm all about on live TV.
yeah, 100%. So if you get the win on March 23rd, where do you think you want to go from there in your career?
So me and Steffi obviously talked about it quite regular. Obviously, although I'm 32, my experience in the professional game is minimal at the minute. So we're just trying to slowly progress, taking opportunities when they come, and hopefully keep to winning ways. Look for an area title by the end of the year, and then see what happens from there. Really.
Yeah, 100%, mate. So obviously, onto the card, as you say there, your stablemates Terry Harper and Jimmy Joe Flint are on the card. Terry's obviously got a world title fight against Sandy Ryan. Jimmy Joe Flint's against Campbell Hatton for an area title. So out of the whole card, which fight would you say you're looking forward to apart from yours? Would you say it's those two?
Yeah, absolutely. It's. I love it. The fact that I'm on early doors. My last fight was obviously I was the main event, so now I've gone back to the bottom of the pile again. But the beauty of being one of the early fights is you get to sit back and watch all the big fights go on. So obviously, last show I was the last person to leave, and places obviously emptied and stuff. But this time I'll be able to fight and then sit back and watch my stablemates do the business.
100%, mate. So, what would you say your end goal in boxing would be? Obviously you've been very active so far in your career. This will be your eighth fight in just under a year and a half. What would you say your end goal would be, and where do you sort of want to be at the end of your career?
There's honestly there's no goal. There's no goal. My goal is I set a goal in every fight. I win, get the wins, stack them up, keep going, keep enjoying it. And I'm fully prepared to just push it as far as physically possible with the time that I have in the sport. So there's no goal. Just happy to take every opportunity, loving boxing, doing something that I generally enjoy, and being able to sit back at the end of it all and just go, you know what, I gave it a really good go. And that is what I'm bothered about, being the best me I can possibly be, and that is all my goals in the sport. Whatever comes with that, great.
100%, mate. So, lastly, what I wanted to ask you is, have you got anything you want to promote, say for your Instagram sponsors, anything like that?
I've got plenty of sponsors that I regularly post on my social medias. If you want to guys, give me a follow. It's Connan _the barbarian on my Instagram. And yeah, you can see everything, all my sponsors on there. I'm quite active in terms of promoting my sponsors. There's a big old long list. So yeah, all sorts of different services, which is fantastic. I use a lot of the supplements and the services that are provided from my sponsors. So as I said, all you need to do is have a look at my Instagram and you'll see all that.
100%, mate. Like I say, thanks so much for your time, mate. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, like I say, if I'm down in Sheffield for the fight, we'll definitely get an interview then.
Yeah, 100%. Great.
100%, mate. Thanks so much for your time.